Jeff, let's go back about a month ago. You find out the wrist is fractured, your regular season's done. At that moment, did you think that was it for 2024, or did you think this was a possibility?
Definitely that was a possibility. They said 4 weeks maybe you can start swinging a bat. And that was right at the end of the season. The team was playing well, so I had some high hopes for a nice little playoff push, and team played well down the stretch, and just glad I'm here.
I remember talking to Jerry Blevins about 2015 when he couldn't be a part of that World Series run, and how he'd watch the games and think, okay, right there I could have helped. As you're watching these games and the magnitude rise, is that your thought, or are you watching them a little differently?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be out on the field, you want to be contributing. I know I can provide a lot of versatility for this team, and do a lot of things. So I'm not starting tonight, but going to be ready and do anything I can to help this team.
What was your experience watching some of those moments from afar?
Wild. I remember watching the Pete Alonso home run from the hospital room, and I just remember saying to my wife, I go, if he hits a home run here, I think I'm going to lose it. And hits a homer, and I remember she said, don't scream though. I go, all right, and he hit a homer, and had to try to contain myself.
You're one of these guys that has known Pete the longest, and you play with him in the minor leagues, and you understand how difficult at times this year has been for him. So when he did connect with that pitch, just from a personal perspective, what was your thought about how much that meant to him?
Oh, yeah, it meant, the world to him. He grew up, Mets, and, that's it. He, drafted by the Mets 6 years, on the big league team, and, to hit such a huge homer in there meant a lot to him.
All right, now for you personally, you grew up Dodgers fan. You grew up in California. What is this going to be like, do you think, to have the opportunity to play not just a playoff game here, but the National League Championship Series in Los Angeles?
Yeah, this is going to be special. Grew up 2 hours down the road. Grew up watching this team. I remember when I got called up in 2018, this is one of the first places I got to play. It was early when I got called up, and, it was super special. I have a lot of great memories in this ballpark. So to play a playoff game here and, see this place loud, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, for you, first half of the season, obviously rough, but the second half turned it around big time. What was, as you look back on it, the biggest difference for you down the stretch?
Was just trying to hit the ball hard. I felt like in the first half I was trying to just, guide it through the biggest hole in the field and not taking very competitive at bats, and just trying to get myself out. And the second half of the season I said, just going to hit the ball hard. I went back and looked at some numbers, throughout the past years, and kind of looked at hard hit rate, and when I had good seasons and bad seasons, and kind of all the expected numbers, and kind of put it all together. It said, just hit it hard, and the numbers will be there.
Jeff, sometimes when you're out for a long period of time, you have the opportunity to ease yourself in and shake the rust off. You don't have that opportunity in this moment. So what are you doing to make sure that you can hit the ground running in whatever role you're asked of?
Well, the 2 games in the Arizona Fall League was nice. I think I got 9 or 10 at bats. Saw the ball really well. Swung good pitches. They all had high velocity as well. So I feel good. I feel like I've seen the ball well. I'm naturally a pretty good hitter. Kind of roll out of bed and hit sometimes. So just going to rely on that talent, and stay ready by taking some fly balls and ground balls in the infield.
Well, Jeff, good to see you back. Enjoy all this.
Thank you.